So I mean, that kind of growth in the company is one thing, but whether we're prepared or not for that growth is another thing. And I know, Matt, you've done a lot of work and research on this specifically. I guess how prepared is the world for this new normal and what it means for jobs here in the UK, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think like any technology revolution, we're not that prepared for it, and we don't really know how it's going to play out. And clearly, that there's a lot of research at the moment about how much Gen AI is going to affect jobs. I mean, Jamie Dimon on Bloomberg TV said the other week that the next generation will be only working 3.5 days a week. McKinsey have recently changed their expectations that 60 to 70% of current kind of work could be automated, and that was up from an earlier estimate about half. And they brought forward all their estimates about when Gen AI will kind of match median human capability, and for a lot of those things it's right now, here today. So I think there's a lot of threats there. If you look at history, unemployment over decades has kind of gone up and down, but it's more or less the same as where it was in the 50s. So for the technology revolutions that have come and gone, the net effect on employment hasn't been that material. It's just shifted where that employment is. I guess the big question with this revolution is it's sufficiently different in nature that it's going to have a more profound impact on human capital as part of the productivity landscape.
I mean, it certainly feels different because, I mean, I'm sure when we were all going through school, the thing was do STEM jobs, learn how to code. Yeah. That's where the future is. And now it's kind of like, well, an AI can code.
It's interesting. I did a session for a bunch of marketers from a big bank the other week, and I asked them by a show of hands to say who thought AI was a friend or a foe, and actually 2/3 of them put their hands up saying that it was a friend. So most people are kind of locked into this notion of a co-pilot. These are going to be intelligent assistants that help you to do your job better, be more fulfilled in your work, but they're not going to replace your work. So maybe there's a bit of complacency there, and people need to maybe kind of be aware of the risks and what they need to do to reskill themselves to be prepared for this revolution.